So welcome everyone to this week's Source Snack Break. I am joined by Amanda and Anna at Patcraft. We're very excited to have you all here today. And what I wanted to let you know is that you guys have been, you're on mute automatically, but we still want you to be very much part of the conversation. So you'll see on the right-hand side of your screen that chat window. If you have questions, you want to tell us what you're snacking on, you can throw those into the chat and we'll make sure that we keep an eye on that. We'll do our best to answer the questions as they come in, but we'll also save a few minutes at the end if we didn't get a chance to answer any of those for you. So guys, welcome and thanks so much for being here today. If you didn't know, it is International Dark and Stormy Day, which I was wondering why a drink had its own holiday. So I did a little digging, and I guess it was on this day a long time ago that they trademarked the Dark and Stormy drink. So it needs to be made with Black Seal rum in order for it to officially be called that. And this was the day that they were granted their trademark. So there's a little fun trivia for you today. Unfortunately, it's just water here for me, but I'll save that for my afternoon drink, perhaps. Yeah. So what are you snacking on? I hear you might have a friend there in your car who is.
Yes, I'm not snacking, but the little puppy is. So if you hear in the background, I do apologize.
So cute. Well, thanks for joining us today. I'd love if you don't mind starting out, just telling us a little bit about how long you've been with Patcraft, what it's like to work with them, and then we can jump right into the conversation.
Yeah,
absolutely. Go first.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go first. So I'm Anna Ingram. I am the Patcraft rep for Central and Southern Oregon. I started back in the midst of the pandemic, back in September, October of 2020. And this is my first job in the industry as a flooring rep. So definitely excited to be here. And, originally from Alaska, and now I've moved down here. So yeah.
Good. Thanks for joining us.
My name is Amanda Damerel. I think a lot of people still think I'm like a fictitious character because I haven't met a lot of people in person because of COVID. But I've been with Patcraft/Shaw for 14 years, which is crazy. And I relocated from Patcraft, New York City, right when everything hit the fan with COVID. But I'm from Oregon. I grew up in outside of Portland and went to U of O. So I'm back home, but it still is like an adjustment of like, is Portland, I'm not really in Portland. I'm in this like bunker. Right. Yeah. But Christine couldn't join us. She actually had a prior engagement, but the three of us cover Oregon together. So we're on a team. We work together and support each other. There you go. So if you have any opportunities that are like in Portland, outside of Portland, vice versa, we're all in communication. So just be aware of that.
Perfect.
Yes. We like to do things as a team here. So definitely.
That's great. Excellent. Well, good. Well, nice to have you all. So I'll turn it over to you to really get things going. And again, for everybody who tuned in, feel free to drop questions along the way into the chat, and we'll make sure we get to those. And we got lots of accolades on the pup. So that was a great start.
Good.
Right
there. Good. Okay. Well, yeah, like we said, this is our team. This is kind of our contact info, just so you guys have it. I'm sure this presentation will get sent to you guys so you have it for future reference. I'm starting out with soft surface. So we've had two newer collections that I'm going to talk about today. Our newest collection is Textile Technique, and this actually just launched on Source, so very exciting. It is a 12 by 48 carpet tile, two different styles, interlock and salvage. The design inspiration behind this was macrame and fabric design, so definitely like a very vintage vibe, old school vibe. We really like the palette, the color trends that are not only now but in the future. So as you can see here, this is just some of the yarn that has been used. On the left hand side, this is interlock. So interlock is a small scale pattern with overall nubby texture, and then on the right hand side, that's salvage in a larger scale pattern with a vertical texture. Like I said, color trends of the now and future. So we did some studies, prediction of fashion and design for all genres. So
Cool.
we have some other design inspirations here from the designers. Again, like that macrame fabric design, some different yarns that we use. And we wanted to build the collection where styles build on each other in the color and features a neutral style as well as some neutral plus some accent colors. Again, just some more inspirational design. Again, it's our 12 by 48 EcoWorks carpet tile. It has 12 colorways, so can be mixed and matched in a lot of different areas. This is sourced in the United States, so manufactured in the US, like all of our EcoWorks carpet tile. It has a sustainability aspect that Amanda's going to get into in a little bit. So this is salvage on the left-hand side, as you can see, installed in brick. And on the right-hand side, you can see that we have now partnered with Benjamin Moore Paint. So a lot of our new lookbooks, anything you see from us with our newer collections are going to have paint swatches. So if you are interested in something with the paint, we are now officially partnered with Benjamin Moore. So very exciting for us. And just a new look to some of our lookbooks. So just another inspirational design, interlock and salvage, both mixed and matched here, installed in stagger.
Beautiful.
So the colorways here, again, super cool color trends. As you can see, there's some blue trolls. That's a new term I've learned since I've been in this industry. Kind of a funny, yeah, it's kind of a funny thing that I learned. Everyone's like blue trolls, so that's something I've learned in the little time I've been here. So, the second carpet tile collection that just launched is our States of Water. This is personally my favorite collection that's launched to date. There are 3 different styles: glacial ice, tidal, and vaporous. It is a 24 by 24 tile, so it's that more classic, tile look, not so much of a plank style like the last one. The designer for this really had the inspiration of water. She has a love for water, not only in the sense of, lakes, oceans, but she wanted to create it in all different elements of water. So the installation here is the glacier ice. Glacier ice reminds me of, like I said, I'm from Alaska, so it reminds me when I fly into Alaska in a plane, kind of overlooking the mountaintops with the snow covering it. Very unique, still has that vertical, as you can see, linear look, but still has some movement in it. So this is glacier ice in the color cloud, and installed in brick.
What'd you share on this one? Sorry, the texture on this one. You said the last one kind of has that nubby feel.
Yeah.
Do you have a this?
What'd you say? Sorry.
For this one, is it a little more smooth, like this tile, versus the last one that you showed us?
Yes.
Yeah, it's more of a level texture instead of a multi-level texture. But that's why we kind of have those color tone overlays. So you have like a linear base with kind of an organic overlay to give the illusion of that depth.
Cool. Yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah. So this is Tidal. This is the second style out of the collection. This one pretty much is self-described, water, kind of that, the waves hitting the sand, kind of brushing up on the sand. Very, very unique style. This is one color in Laguna, and this is color Tidal. This is going to be, or the style Tidal. This is going to be the most linear out of the 3. And the waves crashing over the shore, basically. This is all 3 styles, so this shows really those breakups in the different styles: glacier ice, vaporous, and tidal. So vaporous is going to look more like, again, water vapor, that smoky. I would say it has the most movement out of the 3. And the great thing about this product, it is mergeable, so you can pull from multiple dye lots on this one, which is something that, right now specifically, we want to be able to, if you have something that you need to pull from multiple dye lots to get the order through, that's definitely a key aspect. Colorways, very unique colorways, I think, for this product, just because, you think of water, you think of, blue trolls again, but she really wanted to create something that because water looks different depending on how it reflects on light, when it hits the ocean, when it hits ice, different things like that. So she created a really unique palette way to kind of mix and match with colorways from very vibrant, like some yellow. There's some undertones of purple in here as well, and some more teal tones as well. So as you can see here, these are like the full specifications of it: 12 by 12 or 24 by 24 EcoWorks carpet tile, Eco Solution Q nylon, which basically means there's recycled content in it. All of our EcoWorks carpet tile is cradle to cradle certified. And we do have a return policy, a reclamation program that Amanda's going to get into here shortly. Pretty excited about that, and just some different installation methods that can be used for this product. So very exciting. And I'm going to toss it off to Amanda now.
Great job, girl. So we're going to move into some of our hard surface. So both of these products were designed by one of our designers, Kelly Williams, who actually was a wrapping paper designer, which I think is fascinating. And the reason that was like an aha moment for me was because she's really good at creating the illusion of depth and texture on a very flat surface. So this collection, Lino Cut, definitely mirrors that. It's inspired by block printing. There we go. Oops, I went a little faster. You think I'd get this down by now. So it's super cool, the idea of like taking multi-angles and directions and like geometrical to create that illusion of texture. But the really great thing about this product is in the zoom in, it looks like there's a ton of depth and a lot of lines moving across it. But once it's installed, which you can see here, it just creates like a little bit of a heather. So the nice thing about this one is if you're going to be working with a client that really likes just a base carpet or a clean, like neutral, tweed texture, this can actually bring in that element for you to add that multi-level or that excitement on the floor without being too aggressive. And then we also have some clean neutrals with it too, in addition to the accents, which people have been very receptive to. And again, this is completely flat. So really great for like high performing traffic environments, healthcare, corporate, all the above, just because it's very cleanable.
Awesome.
I don't know why. I must be aggressively clicking this as it's moving through. But here's some of the color tones for you. And then all of these all the collections we're showing can really marry together. So the carpets with these LVTs, some of those like nice, rich ruby tones, those clean grays that we have, your blue trolls, which you taught me something today. I appreciate that. But yeah, so very clean. This one comes in a 18 by 36. So a little bit larger, 9 by 36. So more of like your plank format. But the other great thing about this too is if you wanted to have it marry into one of our plank carpets, you could do so as well and have it be like a staggered merge, and they'll work really well together.
Cool.
The next one we have is Inset. And this one is really inspired by the mid-century movement. And it's really crazy to say, but the parquet coming back a little bit, but in a sexier way. So with this one, it's the third in this launch of having this metallic accent for us. The past two Neocons, we had one called Split Wood that had metallic in the graining of the wood, where wood would naturally weather over time. Then we had Metal Collective, which is like the weathering of metals over time, so had some really nice patina visuals. And this one here, we're going to have some angle metallic that's going to run across the grain of the wood. This one, in one plank, you're going to have multiple wood planks within the one plank, and then you're going to have that multi-angle metallic that's going to run through, and it's also going to be in stone and wood visuals.
Cool.
So here you can see where we
unique look. I love this. I haven't seen anything really like this before. It's really cool.
And the other great thing is it's registered and embossed. So where that metallic hits, you're going to have a little bit of a dip. So as the light hits it, it's going to have a really clean, nice, elevated look to it. This one here, we're pulling in the stone visual with the wood. So a great way to break up areas, define spaces, as people come back talking about defining that 6-foot spacing or, social distancing. So that's a great way to do it with just one collection. And then here we're showing it installed in a half basket where you do the perpendicular planking together to add some more movement within the space. And then here's another fun mingle of the two. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about is our return program. So I know that we hear about this a lot about like, we recycle carpet, we can take back product, all this stuff, but then everyone's like, but like, how are we actually going to do that, right? So we've relaunched this program. EcoWorks Carpet Tile has been around for 15 to 20 years. I think we're actually hitting 20 years right now of having PVC free and recyclable. And we've done a really great job of bringing product back, but we're relaunching that program for you. And the biggest reason is because we really want to talk about bringing back construction products. So the conversation around like, instead of demolishing, we're dismantling. So we can bring back our carpet tile to be recycled. The face fiber and the backing 100% can be recycled back into carpet again with no waste, similar to an aluminum can. So this kind of gives you a visualization of like how we actually do that. And this shows you how we, how it's broken down, which to me, I'm like, this is like magic. I don't know how they do it.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. That's what I leave to the engineers. But the way that we are going to make this successful is at the specification phase at the beginning of the design. So working with a lot of our end users, I know like tech has always been a big mover and shaker in this, but as we're looking at you specifying within products, we can give you those specs for your group to put into the initial program so that the general contractors and all of it, as it goes out to bid, they know that it's required at the inception of the project. Another great thing about this is that it helps bring the end user into the conversation. So let's just throw out Adobe or Google. Bringing in their facility team and knowing that it's documented on how this process is done, then at the end of its life, or even as we take out pieces of products to be like repaired or whatever, they know that we have that engagement level. So sometimes it gets lost at the construction phase of it. So this is kind of allowing us to own it for ourselves. The other cool thing is that we can actually do it with the product that's on the floor currently and bring it back. If it's not our product, believe it or not, we have great relationships with our competitors. So we can drop it off to them, or we can bring it back and recycle it back into product.
It's so cool. I love that you guys have that toolkit, because I think that, it's one of those extra steps to really go through and document that, and that you guys kind of have that list to go through. That's a really great resource, because I think it's something that gets missed, or people don't realize like, oh, I needed to put this up front and really have that plan, and you guys make it easy. So I love that. Yeah.
And it creates humility in it, because from the rep side, we talk about it and then we're like, well, we don't really know how to do it. And then when you're talking about it, the design side, you're like, that feels great, but like, we don't know how to do it either. So we're just like having that honest conversation about how do we make this happen, and being able to support it in the spec phase and help the spec writers just plug in what we have is just the easy button for all of us. And then the other great thing is that we can offer like certifications and plaques for the end user, for the design firms, for whoever's involved, just to make sure that they have that credibility, and then actually quantifying it. So saying like, how many pounds did we divert? How many gallons did we save? Like, how did it help with CO2 emissions and carbon footprint? So we're really trying to like quantify it to show the value for long term.
I love that.
If y'all have any questions, please let us know. We're still learning through it, but we've had some really great wins down the way the past few months. And so it's been really cool to just be able to copy and paste from those.
Absolutely.
And here's an example of like the spec writing that we can put in.
Cool.
And another extra just fluff tile that I threw. All right.
Yes. Yeah. So right now, if you need, something quick, you want to see something in stock, we have an actual feature on our website where you can see live stock of what's in our manufacturing plants in Georgia. Right now, this is just a screenshot. I can actually share my screen and go through the process. So you can just go to our website, whatever you're looking at when it comes to carpet tile, LVT, there's actually an in-stock button on the specific color, style, and it will tell you, if there's certain stock in each die lot. So it won't just say, we have 500 square yards. It will say, oh, in this die lot, we have 50 square yards. In this die lot, we have 1,000 square yards. So it's a really easy way to see what is currently, if you need something quick, you haven't shot an email to me or Amanda or Christine, you want to just see it for yourself, you can see it live. So I can actually share my screen just so you can see a little bit more really quick. So can you guys see my screen?
No.
Not yet. I think you have to hit the little, it's like a little, oh, now we can.
Okay, so.
And you can also search by color. She'll show you this, but you can go in for a beige or a blue. You can do that as well.
So we'll just go to textile and technique since we just talked about that one. And yeah, if you're looking through color, I can do that as well. So let's say you want to look at interlock in the color suede. So you click on it and then you can scroll down here and it will say this button right here where it says in stock now, check availability, and it will load. See, right now it has dye lot 138 square yards. So that's what's currently in Georgia right now. Let's choose another color just for examples.
But I know a lot of us are running into issues with stock availability as jobs have come back up again. So it's just a nice way for you to control your destiny and knowing what that is.
Yeah, so you can also do. Yeah, so you can also go to carpet tile right here and then go to in stock and how much quantity you're looking for and like multiple dye lots or single dye lots. So it's a way to drill down quickly. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Great.
And it's updated in real time. So if for some reason, like it's like every 10 minutes they refresh it. So it will not be delayed.
That's perfect. Great. Well, do you all have any questions out there? Other than the puppy, you know, that's been the one that we've had the comments about, but please let us know if there's questions or things that you saw and loved today before the team signs off. Oh my gosh, look at that.
She's just asleep, so.
She's our mascot.
She is.
Perfect. Well, while you guys are typing questions, I'll just let you know too that if you had to step away or want to come back and reference this, share it with a colleague. When we wrap up, you will be sent a copy of the slides and the recording. And we will also be back next Wednesday at 1 o'clock for another source snack break. But if you're hungry for more, you can always go back and view our old ones, either on our website. You can find recordings, or we're also have them on a podcast. So you guys are now official podcast stars. They're available on Spotify and Apple podcasts. So yeah, it looks like we've got a request for somebody looking for product books. So we'll make sure that, Derek, that we pass along your information to the team so they can get that to you. And yeah, I really enjoyed seeing your new stuff. It sounds like there's more fun stuff down the road too coming. So we look forward to your next updates. And you can also find lots of samples, mini in stock on Source. So if you're looking for that, and you can also reach out to the great team that we have on today if you have more questions. But thank you everyone for your time, and thanks for showing us the new stuff. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Bye, all.
Bye.